Hello and welcome back to the second little video about Chinese medicine and how Chinese medicine students need more support and help, and I'm here to help make a video. So I want to talk about today this little picture. Very early on in acupuncture school, we got showed this graph, and now looking back at it, our teachers did not do a good job at telling us all the details. So again, the purpose of this video is to gather all the puzzle pieces and make the puzzle today, and at least show you what the puzzle is going to be, because I feel like in my schooling so much of it was here's a puzzle piece and here's a puzzle piece, and you're just trying to figure out what is this puzzle even looking like. So I want to give you the overall big picture before we go and dive in deeper to these nuanced concepts. Okay, so this picture here, it's just the organs. We have been introduced to the organs before. Just if you're an acupuncture student, you know the organs. These are your ways of healing the body. These are the meridians. These are how everything is flowing and where it's flowing, okay? So this picture here is actually talking about the flow. So let's add in the arrows, and you can see it's going lung to large intestine to stomach, and it's just creating this little zigzag pattern, okay? And so this is actually telling you a lot. This picture is telling you how the energy is flowing. And so let's say if somebody has spleen qi deficiency, you can start to look at, well, did it flow properly everywhere else? And why is it stuck there? Is there even enough energy to get to the spleen? Are we that deficient? Is it spleen qi stagnation, where now it's just not moving within the spleen? You can start to think about what is actually happening with the mechanism. And so in Western medicine, there's this concept of mechanism of action within pharmaceuticals. And this is truly what is happening? Why is this drug able to work? And what is it doing? And we need to be thinking the same way within Chinese medicine. Each of these organs are going to have 2 to 3 to 5 functions. Everyone's different. And we need to be able to know what the 5 functions of all these organs are, and then again be able to understand what mechanism is off, and that is why it's creating a symptom. So we need to be able to understand what function is off to be able to understand how can we help. The more we can understand what function and what mechanism is off, the better our point selection will be, okay? So it does matter. This information, this picture also has all the time correlated to that organ. This is really cool because if a patient is telling you that they're having certain symptoms at a specific time every day, then you can look at the reference to see what organ is associated with that time, and you can be helping support that organ. So let's take kidney yin deficiency. That's usually an afternoon tidal fever. So if every day at 3 p.m. they're starting to get a fever and hot flashes, now you can see, okay, that symptom is correlated with kidney, and now also the time is correlated with kidney. So that better emphasizes the support that you need to be giving to the kidneys, okay? It's also interesting because since this is our little flow, if something is happening, symptoms are happening at the transitional periods, then that also needs to be addressed. So again, just taking this kidney function, 3 to 5 p.m., and if it's right on that 3, then we can be looking at the organ previously to see how come that organ is not able to support and send all the energy over. So that's just something to be considering and looking at. And again, is the qi stagnant? Is there just not enough? Are we, what's going on? There's so many ways to be thinking about this. And so that's just another tool to help you diagnose. The time clock and the flow chart is not the only way to diagnose. We're still using tongue, pulse, the 10 questions, but this is just another way of looking at the big picture. In this next picture, we're now going to add in the brackets. And so what we are bracketing is the 6 channels. So let's just talk about our lingo here for a second. So we have these organs. The organs are going to be the actual physical organs. The organs are manifesting as meridians. So I have my lungs, and then I have my lung meridian. And then within that, I'm going to be within the tie-in bracket. And so that tie-in bracket is unique because within those 2 organ systems and those 2 meridian systems, there's going to be commonalities, and that's why they're bracketed together. So we can also talk about temperature. Temperature is a really common thing that you'll see within all these brackets. So tie-in is known for dampness versus Ming is known for dryness. So all the temperatures are like that, and they're opposites. So now we get the polarity, or this yin-yang aspect as well. So you'll also notice all the names of these brackets are yin, and then everything's yang. And so again, dampness, dryness, hot, cold, wind, and then we have our summer heat. So you can just start to see the oppositions within all of the different systems. So lingo does matter of understanding, like, is it a heart problem or is it a heart meridian problem? And of course, the longer that the meridian is injured, the more likely the organ will be injured. But to say like your heart has a problem, that can start to scare your patients if they're not familiar with Chinese medicine. So really differentiating the meridian, the channel versus the organ is beneficial for the patients. And then also within this picture, we have our elements, and the elements are really nice because, well, first of all, we can see the color has been already organized by the element, but now also we can see just the season of the element as well. And so the season is beneficial again because these are the nature's ways of ebbing and flowing. And so all of this does play a role into it all. So this is just a little intro with all of this. This picture is used a lot with channel theory, which I love channel theory. I use channel theory every day in my practice. That's how I love to treat a lot of symptoms and disorders. And so I'm not a Zong Fu practitioner typically, unless it's just blaringly obvious and it fits perfectly within a Zong Fu. But majority of my patients have complex symptoms and diagnoses, and so using applied channel theory is going to be the best treatments for my patients. And so this little chart tells you so much. So again, color, element, the time of day, the way it flows. Start to memorize this, start to utilize this, start to just be familiar with this because it will help you so much in the future. And I'm probably going to make a channel theory video next, so stay tuned if you're in that class. And keep following along. Again, my name is Dr. Mikkel Andrean. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am so excited to be teaching others about acupuncture. So follow along, and I'll talk to you soon.